never let me go.
I'm on a farm, South Abington Township. I see them there and drive away. My bride's waiting for me, but I don't wanna keep her waiting. Mysterious lesson, I see her eyes say your name. Today I'm a messenger, dark alignment I bring.
Hey, this is Wicca Phase Springs Eternal, answering questions from the 1877 WASTOIDS hotline. Let's do it.
Yo, Wicca, what's up, dude? I just bought tickets to your show at Echoplex. Super stoked to see you. I just wanted to ask, was the pizza on the Tiger's Jaw self-titled album good? It looks amazing. That's it, bro. Take care. Much love.
Yeah, it was good. It was Buona Pizza in Scranton. It's like normal, like New York style pizza, but like kind of messier. We used to eat that all the time. Even as a kid growing up, my family would get it. Yeah, it was good.
Adam, I have a question for you. What is your favorite Lil B song? Thank you.
My favorite Lil B song is Realist Alive, and then Motivation, and then Task Force. My Arms Are the Brooklyn Bridge. I have a lot.
So this message is for the Wicca Man. Some of us are very curious coming up on the LA and Brooklyn show, specifically the Brooklyn show, possibly the Austin show, if we may hear any old Wicca songs, like Bite My Ear type stuff, Abercrombie and Me. I remember, I think it was on stream, you mentioned once at one of the shows, I think last year, you played an older song and it didn't really hit and you were like, I'm never going to do that again. Some of us coming to the Brooklyn show are coming from very far. I've been a fan of yours for quite a while. Just curious if that might be a possibility. Still happy regardless, but just curious.
Yeah, I try and play old songs too. I don't think it was that I played an old song in Phoenix or LA or wherever. I don't think it was that just playing an old song like didn't land. I think it was just maybe that song specifically. I think it was Crystals Are in Fragments, and that's not really like a popular song that I play. But no, I always try and play older stuff. Listen, even if I love a new record by a band, I know that if I go to see them live, I want to hear older songs too. And I get that, and I don't want anyone to be bored. I don't want release shows, even though release shows are by definition like promotional tools for new music. I also understand that it's people, you know, it could be someone's first time seeing me. It could be the only time they ever see me. So I try and play old stuff too. I don't know if I'll play stuff as old as Bite My Ear, which is like one of my first songs. I don't have the files for a lot of these songs. They're the instrumentals, but yeah, I try.
What's up, Wicca? I'm Weston. My question is, after your collab with Lil B on Waiting Here, who is next up on your dream collaborator list? Also, we miss you here in Phoenix. Please come back soon. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Phoenix. Phoenix is a big Wicca Phase town. I feel like Phoenix, Denver, Portland, Seattle. After Lil B, who is on my dream collab list? I have a lot. There's a lot of singer, songwriter types that I would love to work with. Richard Thompson is up there. Bob Dylan. Obviously, Bonnie Prince Billy. Lil Wayne, Phil Elverum. There's people that I would love to get on a song that, you know, wouldn't, maybe like a rapper or something like that. Like with Lil B, I just didn't think it would happen. It was just a shot in the dark. He got right back to me, and like it came together really easily by just me sending him a verse. So if it was something like that, you know, again, a rapper or something like that, I don't know, Kevin Yates, maybe. I don't know if it would work, but I guess he'd be on there. Kevin Yates or Richard Thompson. Those are my two.
Adam. I was wondering, are we ever getting the EP with Cold Heart? It was announced like September of last year. Actually, no, it was announced like summer of last year. And I asked you about it in your Twitch chat, and you're like, yeah, Jan and him are working on something. So it should be about September whenever we start. I replied to Cold Heart on Twitter, and he said, I hope so. I really just needed it to happen now. Yeah, if that could happen, that would be legendary. As for other collabs, I think another collab with Fishnark would be nice. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, the Cold Heart, listen, here's what happened with that, is that it came together on Twitter. People saw it publicly being discussed without any prior discussion. Does that make sense? When I'm working on a record, it takes me a while. I'm slow, like I write slow. It takes me a while to record. I like to go back and re-record a lot. I like to sit with things. And we haven't really started on it yet. He's been busy with his record. I was busy with my record. But it's not like off the docket. It's just not. I don't know. I'll talk to him when he gets back from tour. Maybe we should prioritize it. I'm also working on something with Fishnark too. Again, I'm just trying to be a little more deliberate with what I release rather than releasing anything and everything that I record. Cold Heart and I have worked on songs, but one was for his project, his upcoming album. He sent me one the other day. Just a random song. I don't really know what that's about. So, short answer is it's not coming out anytime soon because it's not done or even started officially. But it's just a matter of us getting on the same page and prioritizing that. And that's how most collabs go with me. And sometimes they come out, and sometimes they don't.
Hey Wicca, my name's Kristen. So my question is that I noticed this recent album sounds different from your previous projects that you've worked on, and I wanted to ask you what your creative writing process was and how you thought, like your process of making the album and what made you go the direction you did with how it sounds, because it's cool and it's a good album and I have it on repeat every day. And yeah, you're cool. So keep doing what you're doing because you're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. I feel like the writing and the production of the album are like different things. The writing process wasn't much different than Suffer On or really any project that I'm like working on myself or starting myself rather than a producer just sending me a bunch of beats and then it's like, okay, we have enough for an album. Like Full Moon Mystery Garden or This Moment I Miss or something like that. This is more like I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna build the songs from scratch. I'll demo them, I'll make rough beats or stuff for other producers to work off. So the writing process was just me, setting aside a couple weeks at a time over the course of about a year and a half. A lot of times I'll go and I'll get like an Airbnb or I'll stay somewhere. Now my demos, sonically, production-wise, weren't really that much different than other Wicca Phase things, but I think what you ended up hearing on the record was me sending my rough beats to Darcy Bayless, Darcy either, picking what he liked from those and replacing the things that he didn't like or, finding room for improvement with certain sounds, drum sounds, patterns, chord changes, stuff like that. And then the both of us sent our files to Ben Greenberg, and then I went to Ben's studio and we finished the album, which is, if something sounds like a guitar, in the demos we'll actually track the guitar. We added a lot of live bass, kind of picked a sound palette and went from that. And it wasn't really like a deliberate thing. It wasn't like I'm gonna go to Ben Greenberg because I know he'll make it sound like this. It was like I'm gonna go to Ben Greenberg because he can deliver an album, right? He's a good producer, a high-level producer. He can keep us on track, keep us focused, and he has good taste. And I didn't really know what it was going to sound like going into it, even though I wrote the songs. You know, the original demos are a lot different in many cases than the album versions. You know, me and Ben talked a lot leading up to the recording of the record to identify things we liked and didn't like about production, about my production on past projects, things I would like to do more. So that's kind of how we got to, you know, the record sounding the way that it does. And that's it. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks, WASTOIDS. Bye.